Hello, I'm Martin Bauer, Senior Managing Director for Benefit Plans at Wespath Benefits and Investments. Together with my colleagues, I have shifted to working from home during this crisis. But I can assure you that we are as committed to serving your benefits needs as we've ever been. Today, I'd like to talk to you about the Ministerial Pension Plan, or MPP, and specifically about the annuity portion of MPP. MPP is the plan that was in effect from 1982 through the end of 2006. If you are close to retirement, or maybe even part of this year's class of retirees, you will have likely spent a good portion of your career in MPP. As you probably know, MPP functions as an account-based plan, meaning you have an account balance that goes up and down with the market until you start drawing a benefit, typically upon retirement, at which point 65% of your account balance has to be annuitized, that is converted into a monthly benefit that is then guaranteed for life. So, how is the plan doing given the recent turmoil in the markets? To answer that question, we've looked at a number of participants. We picked participants who ran benefit projections sometime last year, well before this crisis hit, and compared the results of those projections with a new set of calculations based on today's situation. We specifically looked at their account balances, as well as the monthly benefit they can expect to receive in retirement. Generally, what we found is that the account balances have held up quite well, and are typically within 2 or 3% up or down of where they were projected to be. And actually, that shouldn't come as a surprise. The money in MPP is invested according to life stage investment management, where participants, as they get closer to retirement, will have a much more bond-focused asset allocation. Bonds would not have been impacted by the decline in the stock market. If anything, bonds have performed fairly well, and the lower exposure to stocks will have helped as well. That's the good news, and all of that is very much by design. That said, the annuitization rate, that is, the interest rate used in the calculation of the benefit amount, is a challenge right now. This is because interest rates have dropped significantly. Rates were at 4.33% for retirements in January 2019, and for the most part it's been a steady decline ever since. For anyone who started their benefit at the beginning of this month, in April of 2020, it was down to 2.60%. Since then, rates have recovered a bit, and for anyone who will retire at the beginning of May, the interest rate that applies to them will be 3.01%. Simply put, lower interest rates mean lower monthly benefits from MPP. Generally, a 1% change in interest rates drops the annuity value by around 12 to 14%. For the participants we looked at, the ones who had a projection done last year, we found that on average the projected MPP benefit went down by almost 10%. This is of course not nearly as much as the loss in the equity portion of their portfolio, but it is still something we all need to be aware of. One thing participants need to understand is that just because you retire or are going into retired status doesn't mean you have to start your MPP annuity. Your account balance gets converted into an annuity when you start drawing a benefit, but that does not have to be upon retirement. It can be later. Participants who have the means to live off of other retirement income or other savings need to, at a minimum, understand that they have this option to postpone the MPP benefit. In fact, you can tap into the 35% of your MPP balance and start drawing from that while waiting and deciding when to start your MPP annuity. We are not here to provide investment advice, but want you to have all the facts. We would recommend that you consider talking to an EY financial planner who can answer questions and provide guidance. That said, please keep in mind that neither we here at Wespath nor EY can provide any insights into whether rates will continue to drop or rise. Lastly, I'd like to point you to our website for additional information. In particular, the wespath.org coronavirus page is our dedicated page for all information related to the COVID-19 crisis. It can be accessed directly from the landing page. The page includes information on retirement, investment markets, as well as health. It is meant to always serve as the place that houses the most current information. As soon as new information becomes available, the site will be updated. Thank you for watching, and from all of us here at Wespath, stay safe.